Hello guys. Welcome to Diablo the Primordial. This video is the continuation video after Zijin's new ability. So if you have not watched it, then please watch it. The link is in the description. And please check out my second channel Top Anime Sensei for the light novel of Tensura. So without any further delay, let's start. But before we start, please like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates. In the unlikely event that such a situation became reality, they were to contact him immediately. So while Ramirez became Zijin and Ko's navigation Benimaru was contacting Rimuru. And so, the operators inside the control room accomplished their works following the manual provided beforehand. Kufufufu. Unbelievable, for a true dragon to be really born. As expected of Rimuru-sama, it looks like he had predicted everything. An excited laughter echoed inside the control room. It came from Diablo. Rimuru had ordered him to go to the control room. Diablo instructed the operators, who were panicking, to stand up, to continue their work as they were with his hand. To the demon operators, Diablo was terrifying as usual. "Oh, Diablo. You're so fast." Of course, there would be no problem in ignoring Zero, if his evolution ended after he fused with the labyrinth. However, since he has become a new true dragon, we can't leave him alone. That's for sure. However, I have heard about the possibility, yet I'm still surprised. As expected of Rimuru-sama, he had predicted things this far. What are you saying? That goes without saying. Leaving that aside, Benimaru Dono, it looks like your recovery is still insufficient. Let me give you some of my energy. Oh, that'll be helpful. I thought that my recovery rate was insufficient if I want to destroy that. The amount Benimaru had recovered was less than half. Therefore, Diablo transferred his energy to him. It was an impossible method for everyone else, but it was possible for Diablo, who could manipulate the energy of Rimuru's nihility collapse. While watching those two, Ramirez said, "The only members here who can move in that space are Diablo, Zijin and Benimaru. Benimaru, you can use space-time control properly, right?" "Certainly, Ramirez-sama, although I only just got the hang of it." "Okay then, with this, all of the cards have been assembled, I guess? We might need to call Master or Rimuru if Dino didn't join our side. Veldora-sama might be busy right now. He probably can't spare any of his time for that." "I see. Well then, I will have to make you guys work hard. It would be bad if we didn't make Dino come to his senses." "Kufufufu. That is exactly as planned. Rimuru-sama believed that Dino-sama would join our side. As expected of Rimuru, well, I also believe that Dino will change his mind." Even while Ramirez was gleefully talking with Diablo, everyone was working without stopping. And so, the preparations were finally complete. "Well, are you guys ready? Okay then, let the final plan begin." Along with Ramirez's command, the final plan was set into motion. Dino and Co. reached the point designated by Ramirez. All that's left for them was to act together with the signal. Ramirez began explaining to Dino and company. "Okay, first, you guys need to escape from there. I want you guys to pierce the wall using medium-level power. Then, the two people over there and Gaia will jump out with Zijin and Dino's barrier protecting them. After that, you guys have to return back after destroying that abominable evil dragon." Dino was staring in puzzlement. He couldn't understand the content of the words Ramirez said. Medium? Dino didn't understand the meaning of it. Destroying that abominable evil dragon? He had no idea how. Hey. Wait please. What are you saying? You're counting me as a member of the evil dragon subjugation, aren't you? He wanted to ask about the medium thingy, but the evil dragon subjugation was a bigger problem than it. Dino objected in panic. He didn't want to be made a member without his consent. However, such a thing won't work on Ramirez. "Hey you. You could prostrate before me in order to get my forgiveness, right? If you don't score some good points here, I wonder what will happen. You won't be able to imagine it, right?" Dino had no other choice but to submit to Ramirez's threats. In addition to being an opponent he couldn't triumph against in a quarrel since the olden days, Dino was in a weak spot this time. Dino tearfully steeled himself. "Got it. Then, what do you mean about medium? You don't even know about that? It means to use enough of your power to make a hole in the wall but don't use up all of your power." "Wait, like hell I could understand such vague explanations. Besides, you said to go full power before." "Ah, geez. You're so noisy about such trivial things. Don't mind the minor details, go open a hole in the wall and escape." After you escape, save a portion of your power for your strongest attack to destroy that evil dragon. Dino was being prattled on by Ramirez one-sidedly. In short, he could understand that what she was trying to say was to break the wall while saving enough power to attack the evil dragon. Good grief, she's really irresponsible. As if I could say this, though. It seemed that two people who behave alike could get along surprisingly well with each other. Alright, let's escape quickly. Dino leisurely took a stance. He no longer thought of being stingy with using his ability. Now, what he needed to do was to match his timing with Zijin to Pico and Gracia, and break the wall. Good, protect them with your barrier properly, okay? Otherwise, they would get swallowed up by the subspace and get blown away to no one knows where. Dino nodded to Ramirez's warning. Aside from Zijin, who was connected via Soul Corridor, Dino and others who didn't have firm bonds, had no foothold inside the subspace. Still, Dino could manage it somehow, but he predicted that Pico and Gracia would get swept away easily by the subspace. If they were swallowed up by the phase fluctuation inside the subspace, it would be impossible to predict what kind of different dimension and space they would get blown into. Because it was a different space where the flow of time could get distorted, it would be hopeless to return to the same spot once you got swept away. Even for Pico and Gracia, who were of the awakened Demon Lord class, it would be difficult for them to maintain their existences inside the subspace. The minimum requirement for that was to own the space-time control skill. It was an ultimate ability that nobody else had apart from Diablo, Zijin, and Benimaru, who finally could use it. Listen, you two wouldn't be able to move inside the subspace. Therefore, grab onto me tightly, okay? I think you can't come back once you get swept away. Understood. I probably won't die, but I don't know where I will end up going to. Dino, can I trust you? Leave it to me. Now that we've come this far, we just have to do it. The three of them were having such a conversation. At that time, Zijin took out something from his space warehouse and offered it to Dino. Take it. Dino took it as he was coerced by Zijin's attitude that won't let him say yes or no. It was a small, round orb. Huh, this thing is the pseudo-core that Rimuru uses to play, right? Dino's question was met with silence. It seemed Zijin had no intention to answer it. While Dino was grumbling quietly, okay, whatever, with sad eyes, he tucked the orb into his pocket. The preparation was complete. Things won't end just with escaping, there would be work to do afterwards. Dino understood this well and paid close attention so that his power distribution won't be wrong. And then, at the same time with Ramirez's signal, the four people inside Zero released their power. Dino had a hidden ability. Ultimate skill Fallen Lord Luciel, one of the oldest ultimate abilities. It had the abilities of both Guy's prideful Lord Lucifer and Milam's wrathful Lord Satanel. However, its performance was inferior to Guy and Milam's ability. Therefore, Dino deeply understood that Fallen Lord Luciel would be meaningless against Guy and Milam. Dino was Stellar Lord Dragon Veldanava's trusted retainer. He was always by his side, crossing battlefields as Veldanava's sword. He had become the strongest swordsman at that time. And then, the world had been pacified and conflict had vanished from the world. Afterwards, Veldanava gave him the task of being the surface's guardian, traveling around the world. However, as if his master was waiting for Dino's absence, Veldanava died. Veldanava's beloved wife, Lucia, had also gone with him. In his fury, Dino destroyed that foolish country. At that time, what he acquired was ultimate skill Fallen Lord Lucifel. His ultimate skill Sky Lord Luciel, which was originally given to him by Veldanava, had transformed. Fueled by his raging wrath and hatred, Dino did everything he could for destruction. Without being sensed by Demon Lord Guy Crimson, Dino swiftly exacted his vengeance. However, that never made Dino feel better. He thought about destroying the world itself, but remembering Milam, the orphaned child of Veldanava and Lucia, calmed his raging heart. Then several thousand years passed. While losing his reason to live, Dino continued his duty as the guardian of the surface world. Although he himself lived lazily and only heard reports from his two subordinates. The reason why he became a demon lord was to gain information. Protecting the being called Milam from the shadow became Dino's reason to live. Although he never came into contact with her directly, and neither had he planned to acknowledge Milam as his master. When Dino saw the scum claimant hit Milam, something changed inside him. Unique skill sloth that he had acquired unknowingly had evolved into ultimate skill slothful Lord Belphegor. unique skill sloth, which Dino acquired while continuing his slothful lifestyle, had the ability to deprave the targets. Because he ended up obtaining the skill, Dino thought about using it. To kill time and partially to tease DeGruel, Dino played around and tried to deprave him with his unique skill sloth. Like Dino, DeGruel, who had dedicated his loyalty to the same deceased master, was pitiful. That was also the reason why Dino tried to untie DeGruel's heart. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys have not watched my earlier videos, then please watch them. The links are in the description. And please check out my other channel Top Anime Sensei for the light novel of Tensura. And don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates.